Describe a train journey you have taken. You should say where you were going, why you were going there, who you were traveling with, and explain what you liked and disliked about the journey.
So it was a train journey that I've taken. I took it like last summer on a trip on a vacation to Hanoi, my dad's or mom's hometown, and I was traveling with my entire family, including both of my parents and also my little sister. That trip was fantastic. I have to be honest, because it was new, refreshing, as it was the first time ever I've taken a train journey. Secondly, I could enjoy the landscapes surrounded all around me, because well, unlike traveling by planes, when all you can see is clouds, clouds, and clouds, and also those weird birds that fly really high, and also the emissions, and sometimes it's those times when there was storms or something, so the planes just gets unstable, and also the train journey makes me feel really comfortable, as it wasn't really overcrowded again compared to plane. But it is one particular thing that I disliked about traveling by train is that sometimes it can get really loud, because well, it was traveling on railways, and sometimes like the train drivers sometimes make me feel like the train was doubling or something, occasionally. So yeah, that's what I was really worried about that, but then I traveled safely, so yeah, I think it's not a problem anymore if I'm ever going to take a second journey using train. So yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Now for part 3 of the speaking test. How safe is travel in your country?
I would say traveling in my country is pretty much safe compared to others, maybe some third world countries, because well, I'll proudly say that the traffic going on in my country would there would be no difference if there were no traffic light system, as despite some people disobey the traffic rules and orders carried out by some officers out there, but the system and the traffic still goes on, and it was pretty safe to me. Yeah.
And which method of transport do you consider the safest?
Despite I hate traveling by plane, I would opt for that, because as far as I am concerned, while traveling by planes, there was no accidents during traveling by plane ever known, so, in my country. So yeah.
What do you think should be done to improve the safety of travel?
Interesting question. Well, in order to increase the safety during traveling, I mean, there are lots of ways, but not many of them are actually effective. Some go for making the rules stricter and increase the number of officers around those likely to get accident stuff. But I saw none of that ever worked. So I would say increase the awareness of people, and also higher education would really help.
How do people choose which car to buy?
Well, it depends on their needs. Some would go for speed, So there are some racing cars. Some go for safety. So there are cars that are more bulky, more heavy, so it don't like get off the track or get unstable and then boom accidents. Or some goes for some stylish cars to like meet their own expectations. So there's like shiny, glimmering stuff going on out there. So yeah, it depends on people's needs.
And what environmental problems are there related to the car industry?
Um, Environmental problems. Well, first of all, it's those emissions which get exhausted from when you're traveling by cars, like carbon dioxide or some other harmful chemicals. And at the same time, those emissions and those pollutants don't only come from emissions when you're traveling by cars, but also they also come from when you're producing car and then you like export and import car. Well, when you're doing that, you are also using other transportations and other like methods to export and import cars. So yeah, it comes from many sources, but it just revolves around like getting cars and buying cars. So, yeah.
Thank you. And who do you think is responsible for finding solutions? Governments or the car industry?
I think it comes from the customers and the consumers because, as I have said before, their responsibility is what play the key role in protecting the environment and also other problems surrounding it. So it's customer, consumers, car, like the ones who runs process producing cars and also the government. Everyone has a part in protecting the whole ecosystem. So yeah, there shouldn't be any burden on some particular people because well, we all use cars, we all release emissions. So yeah.
That concludes the speaking test. Thank you very much.
Thank you.